All right. What was your favorite moment in a campaign you've played?
That I have played. So it's probably one of my oldest experiences with D&D, and it was one of the things that excited me about the game. I played as a gnome fighter back in 3.5. I still do have the picture for it. It's on the billboard over there. We'll post it probably on Instagram or something. But I was a gnome, and I was in this inn, and there was all these goblins coming over the hill, and this is when I did fully understand the game. Again, it was kind of my first time playing. But when the GM was like, you could do anything you want, I'm like, anything? Like, he's like, yeah, anything you want. So I'm like, okay, is there a lantern? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I just slept on a bed, right? So there's a pillowcase. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stuff the lantern in the pillowcase. I'm gonna open the window, and I'm gonna throw the pillowcase with the lantern lit over onto the grass to try to light it on fire to like disperse the goblins from moving that way. And then, the notorious, give me a roll. Like, that was kind of, and then that was, I loved that moment, and I even had somebody at Comic-Con draw that moment, because I was like, for me, that was when I realized, like, this game can be incredible. Like, so it can be anything I want it to be. I can shape it to however I want. That flexibility, to me, it's like a core memory.
I mean, what was the roll?
So I
rolled
like a 16 or a 17. And he rolled a percentage dice, and because of the time and season of autumn, it was dry, lit on fire. I ended up killing one of the goblins. A bunch of them got scared back into the woods. And then, but someone did yell at me in the village for like setting a field on fire. But I'm like, I saved you. That's when I realized goblins are really squishy, and like I should have just let the town guards take care of it.
Yeah, you could have just kicked a couple of them.
I just was like I just started a fire. Like,
so my first thing was
anything you want.
Arson. My favorite moment.
Arson. That's better than murdering hobos or something.
Or
maybe
1,000 prisoners.
Leading right to your favorite moment.
I was going to say, I think ours
I think mine
has to be the same.
It is definitely the same moment. Because it was, yeah. Do you want to tell it?
You can do it. I'll add it, but...
It was... What campaign was... This was our Strixhaven campaign.
Strixhaven campaign.
And we were at me and Mandy were at the top of a tower, and we needed to get down to the bottom.
It was like an underground thing.
Yeah. It was an underground catacomb.
Yeah, and everyone was at the bottom. We hiked all the way like 20 stories up to get to the top, and they were like, we don't need to be up here. We need to get back down to the rest of the party. So
and they're getting attacked
as Druid, me as small little Herringon. She turned into a big eagle. I jumped on her back, and then we jet straight down as fast as we could. And then I casted. Oh my gosh, what is the name of that stupid spell?
I don't know.
Indestructible sphere.
It was a sphere where you take no damage on the inside.
Yeah.
So we literally bubbled. I bubbled us at the very last second, and then we with the velocity.
I don't know if we ever rolled as well in the entire campaign as we did in that scene.
Yeah, we did so many checks,
like,
and then.
And there was a lot that you were making us check.
Yeah, the series of unfortunate events dice were definitely against everything. So what they're talking about, though, is as great and glorious as it sounds, bringing down this catacomb on top of this insurmountable enemies that were being summoned to fight them. They had forgotten a very key part of the mission, which was to liberate the Githyanki prisoners who were trapped in this cult ritual on the surface.
I wouldn't say we forgot, though.
None
we didn't
of us realized that
they
were the prisoners.
So they didn't piece together that they were prisoners on the surface. So by destroying the catacombs, the people on the surface came collapsing down with the ground, and they killed hundreds of Githyanki that they were supposed to save. So when the captain of the guards finally shows up,
they were happy.
Where's all the prisoners?
Where's the prisoners?
I think we played it off well.
And we didn't realize till that moment. And we were
wasn't till that moment. We were like,
we didn't find the prisoners.
For
there were no prisoners.
30 minutes, and then everything else, we're like, heck yeah, we got to the top, and they're like, so the prisoners, and we're like,
yeah.
Was it the people? Was it the ones that we all just killed?
We were like, our characters were like, I don't know.
What people?
Couldn't have been what we just did.
What we just did was epic.
That was the coolest thing ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Low key worth the destruction and all the
And
NPC
borderline
life.
genocide.
Yeah, we were all just sitting up there at the bottom. It was just like kill counter, just like we saved our friends.
And then the one person that's like, "Can I loot their bodies?" Like,
Who did that?
that was Aaron.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Carly.
My favorite scene was actually in your campaign where I was playing Princess Diademia, and you had given me a magic item, the Necklace of Fireballs, and we didn't realize how OP it was.
I don't know what you mean. I know exactly how OP it was.
You
It's
did?
great. Yeah, it's a great. It's a
No,
great
I
item.
remember you being surprised too.
It did a lot of damage.
It
I
did
was
more
It
than
did.
he expected, for sure.
Yeah, I was in a race against the big bad guy who was my brother-in-law and his dragon that he was riding threw a fireball at me. And so I pulled a couple fireballs off my necklace and threw them at him and straight up almost killed him right
You,
at
like,
the beginning
burned
of the
his
game.
face.
He got a Prince Zuko scar.
Yeah, I gave him a Prince Zuko scar and a nice little friendly race.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be friendly, but y'all were. But he definitely started the
He
shenanigans.
And there were no witnesses.
There were no. Yeah, we
Nobody
definitely
knew what
did at the
happened.
very end. Everyone's like, "Oh, fireworks are happening down there."
Somebody's celebrating early. Yeah,
gotta
you know,
make
it
it
played into the
picture.
story so well though, because it created even more animosity.
Yeah, more
which
tension.
really intensified, I think, the story. And I think that's some of the greatest things about campaigns is when it's incidental events that happen. It's not always what you intend, but it creates a really good
Fun
story.
campaign.
That was
We'll
fun.
get back to it.
Yeah,
I promise.
unfinished.
We'll get back to it. Most of
Forever.
that's
we'll
just
get
like
back
the
to it.
story of my life. I have like it's like 5 unfinished campaigns, and everyone's like, "When do we play them?" And I'm like,
I
That
have
one
been
will end.
I have been on a
Eventually.
roll lately.
You've been
I don't think
completing
I
all
have
yours.
a single campaign that I have not finished in the last like 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which has been, and that's including multiple one shots. And
I think since we did that one Avatar,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Airbender
The last
one,
Airbender one was
we've
great.
been consistent.
We've
That
been
was the one
consistent.
that like started the consistency
Yeah.
of this.
It
That was the
after,
beginning.
After
Yeah.
that, I did
Yeah.
my like One Piece one that we got like 5
Partway
episodes
through,
And then-
in, 4
and then
you're like,
sessions
"Ah,
in.
nah."
Yeah, but that, and then we did the Viking one.
I still have the
which was
Viking
character. I think,
consistently
for
knocked
that.
out.
I keep all my characters. I got a problem.
I got a
As a
problem.
collector.
I'm like, yeah.